Okay, we're in Cambridge this morning. I want to welcome Mayor Bogle, Carmen Bogle, and I want to thank her for her good work. We are also with Christy Bolt, who's the Washington County Administrator. We have Commissioner Paul Karras from the State Department of Transportation. We have Steve Robertson, who's the Deputy Mayor. We have Bruce Brundage, who's the Acting Police Chief. And we have General Pat Center and the National Guard here. As is clear to everyone by now, there was a storm that passed through the state of New York. It was a narrow, fast-moving storm, but it did a significant amount of damage to a number of counties. There were basically 12 impacted counties, and we have about 93,000 people as of now without power still. Washington County has about 7,000 people without power. Cambridge, we have 453 people without power. Essex County, we have 12,000 people without power. Warren, 13,000 people. Saratoga County, 12,000 people. Clinton County, 10,000 people. The basic damage was trees falling, taking down power lines, and hence the loss of power. The damage is in isolated pockets throughout those 10-county area. Luckily and unbelievably, we've had no loss of life and no serious injuries, and that is the good news. Anything else we can fix. And when you look at the amount of damage that has happened in some of these areas, it's remarkable that no one got hurt. You look at the size of these trees that were toppled. Had they fallen on a house, God forbid, the situation would have been very different. So although we have a lot of destruction, that's Mother Nature. I consider us lucky that there was no one who got seriously hurt. Everything else we can fix. We have the National Guard that's out, and I want to thank them for their quick response, helping town people, village people, county personnel do their job. The town and the county personnel have been extraordinary. I want to thank National Grid for their fast response. They've been on the scene right away, and we're working with National Grid to coordinate to get the power back to homeowners as quickly as possible. Any local governments that need help should contact the state. We have DOT personnel ready. We have National Guard personnel ready. Other than that, we'll follow the lead of local governments. But again, a significant storm in a narrow band, much damage. We're not yet sure. It's possible that a tornado did touch down when you see the kind of damage that has been done. Large trees were just snapped like twigs. So it's possible that it was a tornado. It could have been a microburst. But whatever it was very forceful, it was very quick, and narrow bands in the northern part of the state, basically north of Albany. Again, I want to applaud all the first responders. They've been getting a workout today, but Mother Nature has been giving us a workout for some time now. Somewhere along the way, we must have done something to offend Mother Nature, because we're dealing with situations that we never dealt with before. We have floods, we have hurricanes, we have tornadoes in the state, and these are all new experiences. So luckily, we've worked to prepare for them. The first responders are up to speed, the first responders are trained, and once again, we see how quick and effective they are at response. For now, let me turn it over to Mayor Bogle, who has her hands full this morning. And then we'll hear from Christy Bolt, the county administrator. Mayor?
Thank you. I'd like to thank the governor for coming out to our community today. I'd also like to thank the quick response from our village departments, the police, fire, DPW. We couldn't do it without you guys. The county for sending down all their help to aid us, and National Grid, particularly for being here very quickly to get some of those dangerous lines turned off. We're still assessing some of the damage throughout the village, and we'll be able to work with any residents who need help. If you are in one of those areas where the power is out and you are in need of assistance, please call our emergency personnel so that we can help you. And, like the governor said, this is one of those things that you could never anticipate happening, and here it is right here in the little village of Cambridge. So I would like to thank everyone who's been here today to help us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. County Administrator?
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here today on such a beautiful day. I wish we were here under better circumstances. But really, I'd just like to echo what the governor and the mayor have already said. This had the potential to be a very significant event that could have led to some very bad outcomes. But really, because of the cooperation and coordination of all the different agencies at every level, from the village to the towns to the county, right up to the state and the National Guard, it's a very positive outcome in a very bad situation. I would really like to thank the governor's office. During the storm, they were reaching out to me directly to make sure that we had everything we needed. I'd like to thank the governor for authorizing the National Guard to come help us today. As you can see from the damage around us, it's significant, and these are small communities, but with some additional help, we'll get cleaned up and on our feet pretty quickly. I'd like to thank everybody, from the first responders to the highway crews to the county personnel, the poor dispatchers last night who were completely overwhelmed. Everybody handled everything beautifully, and again, we avoided serious injury or loss of life, and I think that's a slight miracle. And I think this really shows the quality of the people in our communities, that we can pull together like this and handle a situation this imposing in stride. So thank you all very much, and if anybody needs any help, reach out to, like the mayor said, reach out to the emergency personnel, and the county is willing to offer any assistance we possibly can. Thank you.
Thank you. I thank the mayor. I thank the county administrator. I think it was well said. It was a dangerous storm. The silver lining is no one got hurt. Everything else we can fix. And the silver lining is it's good to see how New Yorkers rally to the help of one another. And people work together. And that's exactly what you're seeing here. Everybody on the same page. Everybody as one team. New Yorkers, we have a reputation as being tough. But when someone is in trouble, there is no better group of people in this country coming together, forming a community to help one another. It's one of the reasons why I'm proud to be governor of the state of New York. Any questions?
So, sir, it sounds like this is under control. It seems like the state jumped in at the right time.
Well, look, the damage is, again, in isolated areas, basically among 10 to 13 counties north of Albany. And it's much like this. It's an isolated area. It was a very narrow storm, very powerful, but very fast moving. You can see the power by the size of the trees that were snapped, power lines down, people without power. 90,000 people without power in the state is not a small problem. We're going to do a lot of work with the utility companies today to get people power as quickly as possible, to get the lines back up. You have to move the trees, etc. So there's a lot of work to do. But as I said before, as long as there's no serious physical injury, which so far we haven't heard of any serious physical injury, everything else we can take care of.
The state often helps out with people headed after the emergency, like with the Cohoes fire. Someone from the Department of Financial Services helped out with filing insurance claims. How will the state be helping in the recovery efforts in the coming days?
The same. Some of these homeowners are going to need assistance from their insurance companies. Insurance companies sometimes can be faster, sometimes they can be slower, sometimes they can be cooperative, sometimes they can be less cooperative. But the state regulates insurance companies. So if there is a homeowner who believes their insurance company is not being cooperative or is moving too slow, the State Department of Financial Services can be helpful.
Could this have been worse if we hadn't had people at every level in the state working on it?
Well, it could have been worse. A tree falls 10 feet in a different direction and lands on a house. It could have been much, much worse. And this kind of damage could have taken days, if not weeks, to clean up. if the town and the county and the state didn't marshal their assets as quickly as they did and come together and work in a cooperative spirit. So, as I said before, our first responders do a fantastic job, and that's what you're seeing here. Tremendous damage, but in just a number of hours, working together, we've made great progress. Okay? Thank you.
So they're pretty gigantic.
I mean, this tree falls the other way.
Our neighbors got some issues with the house for sure.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Oh yeah, just take a look next door.
I'll go take a look.
How you doing?
Thanks for coming out.
How are you, sir?
How are you? Good. You worked up the sweat.
Yeah.
Proud of you. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Thanks for showing up. Thank you.
This is Matthew Tolman.
Highway Superintendent.
How are
That
you?
was pretty good.
Nice to see
Busy,
you.
yeah.
There you are, huh?
The inside of the wall.
Who was sleeping upstairs?
Nobody. We were all watching the Mets game.
Oh,
We were downstairs.
thank God for the Mets,
game.
right? This has been some noise, huh?
It kind of knocked my chimney out a little bit. So our insurance adjuster actually is due here in about the next hour. So hopefully we can. That's the top of the second tree here. Yeah.
I wasn't available, but I can't say enough for your staff and how well they reach out to us every time we have something. So thank you for your support.